All right, guys, so the print has finished, and the very first thing we're going to do is hurry up and wait. So we'll take the top off here and just inspect the print really quickly. It looks like everything is perfect. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to drain the print head, or the build platform as we call it. So we're going to disconnect the build platform. And then I've got this nifty little stand that it goes on right here on the side. And that's going to tilt this at a 45-degree angle. And clean up the little extra there. And like I said, it's a hurry up and wait situation. So we're going to leave this for about an hour, let it drain off the excess resin, and then we'll start the final process. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is give them a light alcohol bath after taking them out now that they've had a chance to drip. So let's just take a look. Parts look like they printed well. We've got some uncontaminated alcohol here. This is 90 proof. You can see here that the back is pretty clean compared to what it is when you first take it out. And we have our squirt bottle here. And this is just, like I said, 90 alcohol. And we're going to clean off the build plate. And also the parts. Quick spray. This is just getting excess resin off the prints. Parts look really good. We'll be washing in dirty alcohol here in a minute, so it's nice clean, gets the first layer of resin off there nicely. There we go. All right. We'll set that in the sink for just a second. Cover this back up. Generally, I like to clean off the back of the plate, just wiping off any excess that there might be on here. Normally, I don't do this in the sink. I actually do this over a waste bucket, and I forgot to do that. So, all right, let me get set up at the next station, and we'll show you what we're doing next. All right, so this is the wash vat here. This is 8,500 milliliters of alcohol, and this is also 90 proof. And it's pretty dirty. If you take a look in there, you can see it's not the cleanest of alcohol. But that's okay, because it's going to do its job, which is basically just washing off the parts and getting that any debris that might be in there off the parts. Good shake. All right, so we're going to set this down inside, and there's two baskets in here, and it goes inside of the first basket, and they kind of tilt it and lock it into the basket below that. So see that, what that looks like? So now it's suspended in the alcohol solution, and we're going to put it over there on the spinner, and we're going to turn it on for a few minutes. So let's get that done. Sorry for the bouncy camera, guys. All right. Okay. Wash. This has a magnetic spinner in the bottom of it. So it's in there, and we're going to set the timer for 6 minutes. That'll spin up, and you can see that going. Maybe. You can hear it going. So that'll go for 6 minutes, and we'll take it out of the wash. There we go. She's all done cooking. We'll go ahead and get that out. You notice I don't have gloves on yet, and that's basically because most of what I'm doing here doesn't really require it yet, but coming up, I will need those. Okay, let that drain off for a second. Always want to make sure that if you have any hollow parts, you're allowing them to drain back into the tank. There we go. I also do have a silicone mat down here. That way the alcohol and stuff can't hurt the desk. And I'm going to put that away. And then next up come the gloves. I usually get about 2 uses out of these gloves, if that, before they're tear or something happens to them. Now comes the ever so delicate process of removing them from the build plate. Now, you can see this? Try to take the top parts first. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. Got good adhesion to the plate, which is always important. Okay, our final piece. Okay, before we go any further, clean our plate off, dry it off. Sometimes I'll actually wash this with fresh alcohol as well, but it hasn't been too bad, so there we go. Just an aluminum plate, basically. All right, we got our pieces, and it's time to take all this support material off. I'll show you how that goes next. All right, basically, we'll run the water nice and hot. Nice thing about these gloves, you can feel the temperature right through them, which is good. We'll wait for that to heat up. Okay, so put warm water going there. Just take your piece, run it under the water, let it heat up a little bit. And you'll see what's great about this is you just squeeze these supports a little bit all the way around, and they'll pop right out without breaking your original part, which is great. And this model's got a lot of little parts to it. But all you do is have to squeeze these, keep the water going, and they'll separate nicely for you. There you go. And this was hollow in the back. You see there? And it's pretty cured pretty good. And you can see his horns there on top. No damage to those. So yeah. Alright, we'll do the rest. This piece here has got a lot of support material on it. So look at this. Just comes right off with the warm water. Super nice. Well, this is ABS resin, and it's still coming apart super easy. And that's the warm water. This is why we don't cure the part first. A lot of people tell you to cure the part and then do this. Don't do that. And take all these supports off first while the resin's still a little soft. There we go. Got a couple of hand cranks there on the inside. Have little supports on them. Just like that. Come right off. Warm water. A little push. Don't try to don't try to break anything off. But there you can see those little handles. No damage. There we go. Good part. We got a piece of ham here, a side of beef. Once the water gets warmed up, it goes really quick. And that piece just fell out of there. Still got the hook there and the foot. You see the detail. I don't know if that'll autofocus for you or not, but you see the detail on the hook. It's all good. And one last piece here. This contraption looks like an exhaust or something. Meat grinder is what it is, actually. You see the meat there going in the top. It's a chicken actually going in the top. That's pretty cool. And heat on there. I'm not pulling. I'm squeezing like this, and they're just popping off. And there you go. Some drain holes in the bottom here. I'm going to wash those out. Feel like they might have some alcohol in them. No. Good piece. Nice and solid. One last one to do. This is the roof of the cart. This one's got a lot of supports on it. I'm going to start with the front. Peel these off. In the back. Start running the water and squeezing. There we go. A lot of wasted plastic. Unfortunately, nothing you can really do about that. And that piece comes out nice and perfect. Excellent print. Such detail. no broken parts. These little tips here, all perfect. That's how you do it. All right, next step is to get it into the cure station. I'll see you over there. Okay, as you may or may not have already guessed, the cure station is exactly the same as the wash, except for we just turn on some lights and put a cover on it, and we put everything on this see-through platform so the UV rays can bounce around. So go ahead and put that on cure. Get our pieces here. Just lay them out. Now, they'll light still shine underneath too, so this will work out pretty good. Do that piece like that. That guy on there, like so. We got a couple of cows we'll lay on there, just like that. All right, all of our pieces on the platter, and put that down. Okay, it's locked in, and then there's a cover that goes on top. By the way, when you get these cure stations, you just basically are a plastic piece like this. They 3D printed some handles and made my life a lot better. So now you can just stick them on like so. I'm going to set the timer for 6 more minutes. And we'll take a look at them one last time when they're done. All right, the alarm is sound, and I think we're done. Let's take a look at the cured pieces. This piece still had a little residue left. And this one looks pretty good too. I'm just going to double check it with a towel. Pretty good. I just don't like to leave water and stuff on these overnight. All right, so let's take a look. This is the roof piece. Nice and close up there. Print quality is really good. Came out nice. The little crane system. And yep, these are all little flashing left there. Look at that. There you go. You can see the little handles inside there on the cranks. Right inside. They look pretty good. Now these pieces here, I believe, they get attached. These little cranes, like so. So you're starting to get an idea what it's going to look like. Pretty cool. Everything fits together nicely so far. I have these on backwards. Obviously, they'll get glued in. And then here is our hanging. I don't know if this is a dog or I think it might be half a cow. Nice detail inside. Still a little moisture there. That is just water though, so it should be fine. And then we have the Beautiful detail on this fairly small piece. There'll be very little finish work to be done on this. So it gets glued directly on. There we go. So we only have 5 trays left to go. So I'll be doing more tomorrow. And I hope you enjoyed this video on my process for curing the prints and getting them ready to send off to Calvin, who ordered this print and had this custom made for him. So, oh yeah. All right. Talk to you soon.